This week on the podcast, we're diving deep into the art of detaching with love from people, outcome, old identities, and the illusion of control. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you start choosing peace over fear, trust over control, and wholeness over dependence. Whether you're holding on too tightly or afraid to be alone, this episode is your reminder that you are enough exactly as you are. Hey, friends, welcome back, or thank you for finding us as we create space to learn the art of detachment, to take a moment to pause, breathe, and take inventory of your life, your heart, and your mind. I'm so glad you're here, and if someone sent you this episode to listen to, then thank them for thinking of you and wanting to see you shine even brighter. And hopefully by the end of this, you'll want to do the same and share this with someone else that you care about. Today, we're exploring something that sits at the core of so many of our struggles and also the key to so much of our peace: learning how to let go and detach in a healthy, compassionate, and empowering way. Now, this isn't about cold disconnection or pretending not to care. This is about finding your calm within the chaos, your clarity in the unknown, and your strength in yourself. So let's dive right in and start with number one. These are in no particular order, and you can try one or all of them and still get positive results. So let's take a breath and get going. So, number one, you are not your attachments. Let's start by naming something we all do. We attach to people, roles, jobs, outcomes, and then we start to define ourselves by those things. I'm successful because of this job. I'm worthy because this person loves me. I'm safe because everything is going as planned. But what happens when the job ends, when the relationship changes, when life veers off course? If we've built our identity around those things, we suddenly feel lost. The truth is, you are not your job. You are not your relationship, your title, or your past. You are you. You are your values. You are your truth, your heart, and your knowing. The rest, that's just life unfolding around you. And life is meant to be fluid. It's meant to evolve. When we define ourselves by our inner world, not by what we're attached to, we stop falling apart when things shift because the foundation of who we are stays steady. Let go of the need to cling. Let yourself flow with the changes instead of resisting them. That's where your real peace lives. So, number two, let go of needing all the answers. Here's something else that we tend to hold on to: the want, and in some cases, it feels like the need to know. We want guarantees. We want to know how it's all going to turn out. What if he leaves me? What if I lose my job? What if everything falls apart? We don't like the unknown and the uncertainty, but that's truly life. It's all uncertain, and nothing is a sure bet. But those questions can keep us frozen in fear. So here's some new questions to ask. What if it all turns out better than you imagined? What if the loss becomes your liberation? What if the ending is what brings you home to yourself? What if not knowing is the exact thing that allows the right thing to find you? Letting go also means loosening your grip on needing all the answers, or of needing closure, or the need to be right or to have the last word. Closure is not necessary to moving forward. You can choose to move forward without closure and just leave whatever it is, wherever it is, so you can move forward in peace. Letting go means accepting that sometimes you just have to let it be. Trust the process, even when you don't understand it. Uncertainty is not your enemy. It's the space where the unexpected, beautiful things in life can grow. It's where your own growth takes root as you pivot and build resilience. So, number three, enjoy the now, because it's all you truly have. One of the deepest acts of letting go is this: letting go of what might happen and instead being fully present in what is happening. If your relationship is working right now, enjoy it. If your job is fulfilling today, be in that gratitude. You wouldn't wait until your car breaks down to finally appreciate how well it's been running. So why wait to appreciate your life or your love? Yes, things are impermanent. Everything in life is temporary, and that's the whole point of not attaching so tightly, because it's all so temporary. That's not a reason to fear it, it's a reason to cherish it. Everything in life is borrowed, and that's okay. That's what makes the moment so precious. So, next time your mind drifts to the future, bring it back to now. This breath, this connection, this love, this moment. Let now be enough. Number 4, realize that pain is inevitable. So, that sounds like a little bit of a downer, but we all experience pain. It's the part of being human. You'll lose things or people, whether it's a job or a relationship. You'll get hurt or you will hurt someone. Things won't always go your way. But here's the truth that changes everything, and it's a Buddhist saying that pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. Pain is a part of life, whether you cause it or it is caused to you, whether it's physical or emotional, whether it's intentional or not. Suffering, on the other hand, is what happens when we resist the pain, or when we obsess over it and keep it on a loop, when we replay the story 1,000 times and try to rewrite the ending. I wish I'd done this. I should have done that. Suffering is when we don't simply allow the pain to flow naturally so that we can find the learning in the flow. Instead, we hold on to it and it becomes a constant part of us. By not letting it flow, we can't see the whole truth of what brought the pain. We don't become the observer so that we can find the knowledge in it or the path out of it. Learning to let go doesn't erase the pain. It doesn't stop the hurt that you were cheated on, that you were talked down to, that you were mistreated in whatever way. But it does end the suffering. You can feel sadness without letting it consume you. You can feel loss and still keep your heart open. You can be hurt and still choose to heal. Your peace begins the moment you stop fighting reality, stop holding on to the pain, and start flowing with it. Number 5, self love is the foundation for detachment. So, how do we start letting go in a real and lasting way? It's through self love. This is the most powerful, practical path to healthy detachment. Because when you love yourself, when you see yourself as whole and worthy, you stop needing others to fill a gap. You stop depending on external validation to feel okay. You don't let go of love, but you let go of neediness. You let go of the attachment that comes from fear. You become your whole self. You stop looking for your better half or relying on your better half. There is no better half. You are whole. Anyone else just adds to your happiness, they don't define it. This is the kind of love that isn't loud or flashy. It's steady, it's quiet, and it's deep. And it gives you the power to show up in relationships without losing yourself in them. Number 6, embrace solitude as a superpower. One of the biggest fears that keeps us from letting go is the fear of being alone. But here's a shift that changes everything. Being alone is not the same as being lonely. Find the power of solitude to replace the pain of loneliness. And sometimes it's all based on perspective. So I'll give you a little bit of a story. After my divorce, my friends and family were amazing, but let's face it, they all had their own lives to live. They couldn't be with me to fill up my time, especially on weekends. During the week, I could stay busy with work, and then it was just a few hours at home that I needed to fill at night, so that was easy. But the weekends were really hard for me until I started thinking about all the places I could go, and why wasn't I going there? Because I was alone and no one was available to go with me? But because of that, I was robbing myself of enjoying these places, these museums, the outside gardens, the walking tours in Boston. I realized that if I was in those places for work, if I was on a work trip, I'd have no problem enjoying sightseeing or eating at a restaurant alone. It was the pity party that I was creating in my mind of, you're alone, you have no one special to share this with. and that stopped me from enjoying it. So I began going on adventures on my own, as if I were on a work trip, and just enjoyed the experience. So alone does not need to equate to loneliness. When you're alone, you get to hear yourself clearly. You get to reconnect, reflect, rest, dream. You don't have to view time alone as something to be avoided. It can be a gift, a space to fill up your own cup, to walk, read, journal, breathe, just be on your own terms. Be your own best friend. Be the person you enjoy spending time with, and fall in love with your own company. Because the more you value your solitude, the less you fear being alone and the less you cling to people out of fear. When you relate to others out of your own fear and insecurities, you will be willing to settle for less than. You'll be willing to accept bad behavior and put your values at risk. Letting go and finding the power in your solitude will help you stay grounded in your values and your own self worth. Number 7, let love breathe. So let's talk about love, or the way we often hold on to it too tightly. We think that if we just hold on a little harder, they won't leave. If we just control things enough, we'll be safe. But love doesn't thrive in tight spaces. Love needs a lot of room to breathe. You've heard the phrase, if you love someone, set them free. But real love doesn't even need to be set free because it was never trapped in the first place. Love that's real, safe, and grounded in trust doesn't require holding on to. It invites freedom. It invites honesty. It says, you're free to be yourself. I'm free to be myself. And I love and trust you because of that freedom. Remember that jealousy isn't love. Control isn't love. Those are symptoms of fear. And when you start letting go of fear, love can actually grow. Love people deeply, but not desperately or at the expense of yourself. Let your love be a sanctuary where you find your peace and calm, not a cage where you're fighting to survive. Number 8, diversify your sources of love. One more way to let go with grace. Stop putting all your joy in one basket. Diversify your love sources. Any good investor will tell you the best way to build your capital is to diversify your portfolio so that if any one stock or industry collapses, you don't lose it all. It's the same with the types of love in our lives. The more we diversify and have different sources of love, the less likely we are to lose it all if one collapses. When we rely on one person, one relationship, one job to make us happy, we're setting ourselves up for the possibility of a full on emotional meltdown if that one person, that one job, grows out of our lives. Instead, build a well balanced, well rounded life that holds you. Make space for different kinds of love, friendships, family, mentors, creative passions, nature, community. All of it adds richness to your life. This way, if one thing shifts, your entire sense of identity and happiness doesn't crumble. You're supported from all sides. Let your life be full of love, not focused on one fragile thread of it. Number 9, let go of the old you. And this could be the hardest one of all. Let go of who you used to be. Sometimes the person that we're clinging to and that we're attaching to is actually ourselves, or at least a version of us that no longer fits. Maybe it was the person that you were before the heartbreak, or before the loss, or before life got hard. Or maybe it's the version of you that was more confident, more carefree, more fun. But here's the thing, you're still here. You're still growing. You're still worthy. You're not meant to go back. You're meant to go forward. Let go of the past version of you, not with shame, but with love. They're the ones that got you here. And if you hadn't gone through what you did, you wouldn't have learned what you needed for right now. Getting hurt in a relationship maybe taught you what you really want in a relationship next time, or maybe what you don't want ever again. All the prior versions of yourself were all necessary for your growth, and now it's time to become who you were meant to be next. And the final, number 10, let go of your stuff. I have no knickknacks in my house. I only have a few pictures on a table, but very little stuff. I remember someone once asking me if I stopped caring about some of the things that I let go of, as if letting go of the physical item meant I didn't care about the memory or the person that it was tied to. But for me, the stuff is just stuff. Keeping an old letter, some old pictures, a stuffed bear someone gave me doesn't keep that connection to that person. We need to all keep our connections to others in a more direct and personal way. Call them when you think of them. Send a text when something reminds you of them. And if they're no longer with you, then speak to them in spirit. Go to the gravesite and have a chat. But the less you rely on the stuff, the less clutter you have, the less likely you are to create anxiety if the stuff breaks, if you lose it. Clutter in your home becomes clutter in your mind. I'm not saying don't keep anything, but focus more on the true connections and less on the symbols of those connections. Letting go isn't about giving up. It's about growing up. It's about glowing up and finding your peace to shine. It's choosing peace over control and trust over fear. Wholeness in yourself over dependency. It's not about detaching from life. It's about engaging with life from a grounded, centered place within you. So today, ask yourself, what am I holding on to that's weighing me down? What fears are keeping me from trusting the flow of life? And what could I release today to make space for peace? And then breathe. Let it go, even just a little. And you don't have to do it all at once. Remember, we're all about small steps forward here, and that's all it takes to start detaching and letting go. Thanks for spending time with me today. And if this episode spoke to something in you, share it with a friend or come back to it the next time you feel that grip tightening around you again. Growth isn't just about adding. Sometimes it's about releasing. So remember, you don't need to attach to anyone or anything to feel whole. You are and always have been whole. You are and always have been enough. Keep loving yourself and letting go of what no longer serves you to gain more peace and calm in your life, little by little and piece by piece. This podcast is based on my own life experiences. I'm not a therapist, a psychologist, psychiatrist, or any other licensed medical professional. Please share this podcast with anyone you think needs to hear this so that we all move forward, little by little and piece by piece. And thank you, Purple Planet, for sharing your music.